is up? My name is Jessica. I am the creator and founder of OT Genius. And what me and my team do is we help pre-occupational therapy students get into OT school successfully and help them become the OT they want to be. So let's get this show started. And we are going to start by answering one of the questions that was put in our Facebook group by a current OT student. And the question was, what is the most efficient way to study during OT school? So I love the question because it's very different than, what study tips can you give me? This is the question is very strategic in nature. So I'm going to teach you the strategies that, I believe will take you to the next level as a pre-occupational therapy student or even a current OT student. So without further ado, here are my 3 biggest tips that I have in order to help you be more efficient with your studying. Tip number 1, study with others. Why do I believe that this is going to help you with efficiency? It's because when you study with others, you're putting yourself in a position where you have to explain things back or teach back the information that you have been learning in class. So you can be assured that if you feel confident repeating the information to a classmate, then you more than likely have it in your head. So that's part of the efficiency process, right? So I think studying with others is one of the most effective things that you can do in order to maximize your study time and not spend so much extra time doing flashcards and coming up with all these mnemonics and what have you. Studying with others, that also puts you in a position that if you don't understand something, then maybe your study partner or study partners can explain it to you. So it takes the guessing away from some of the study material or the shooting in the dark. Do I really understand this or not? Because the thing is, if you're making flashcards, that doesn't necessarily assure you that you understand it. So there's a huge benefit to studying with others, and that tip or that tactic is very strategic in nature. All right. So that's my first tip to you, is to study with others if you actually want to maximize your time. Now, of course, I caution you that sometimes when you study with others, it could get a little fun and you start talking about what you did over the weekend, and you start talking about your boo and all this stuff. So ain't nobody got time for that, right? If you're noticing that your study group is not really helping you, then maybe you need to think about who you can bring into your study group to help you be efficient, right? So it's kind of one of those things of like, well, if this isn't really working for me, it doesn't mean that studying with others doesn't, is not an effective strategy. It just means that you need to maybe find a new group and you just need to say, peace out, deuces. So just keep that in mind when it comes to the studying with others tactic. And the other thing that I wanted to focus on, or tactic number 2, is focus on the one thing that works for you. Because the thing is, people can give you, like I said earlier, all of these different tips. Do flashcards, repeat repeat things to yourself a million times. I don't know how efficient that is. Create stories that are going to help you remember the acronyms. Listen, I can create a story, but I can tell you that if I try to create a story to memorize something, I can get the story all messed up. So that does not work for me. Mnemonics don't necessarily work for me as a study strategy. So in order to be most efficient with your studying, what you have to do is you need to focus on that one thing that is the best study tip for you. What works best for you individually? Maybe that is flashcards. If you notice that flashcards is what really gets that into your head, then by all means, please use it. And then you can teach back what you learned through those flashcards to others. And trust me, you'll be so efficient and you'll be speeding out the information that you're learning in your classes like nothing, because you are focusing on what specifically works for you. You're also demonstrating that you can teach back the knowledge and you can have the confidence that you know the material, right? Because you can teach it back. So you go into that test very confident, right? So focus on that one thing that really truly works for you. For me personally, it was listening to the lecture recordings. All right, so I would technically go to class like two times, maybe every once in a while 3 times even, and just listen to that lecture 2 times, because it's what helped me, and I knew that that's what was going to get me, Jessica, to the next level and be able to get me to a point where I can feel confident teaching back the information and just basically helping my classmates, right? And vice versa, getting the help that I need from my classmates. So that's what helped me the most. If you want, put it in the comment section. What is, what works for you the best? Is it flashcards? Is it to, basically take notes on the chapters? Is it to read the chapters, right? So put in the comment section, what is the strategy that works for you the best? Maybe it's coming up with mnemonics and acronyms, right? So what is that one thing that works for you? All right, that was tip number 2. Tip number 3 is learn how to take your time back, right? If you learn how to take your time back, not only are you going to cut down on your study time because you're being efficient with your studying, but you also are just being very, strategic with things that you can automate in your life, right? Maybe for you, in order to create more time to study, what that means and have your study not be interrupted, maybe what that means is to set an automatic feeder for your pet during your study break. So like that, you don't have to get up, interrupt your study session, go feed them, come back, and whatever it is. So that's already taken care of. Maybe what's going to take stress off of your life right now as a OT student is automating your bill payments, right? So automatic bill payment, that can already, given that you have the money strategies in place in order to know how to always have the funds in there, all right? So you don't go, into overdraft, right? But, if you know how to maximize your income to make sure that you can put things on auto pay, you don't have to worry about oh, did I pay the bill? Like you can strategically focus on school, right? And the things that you want to do and the things that you need to do. So take your time back. Whatever can be automated in your life, try to automate that, and you'll see that it will make such a huge difference in your studying, in your in your life, really. So it's some deep level stuff. I hope that this has been helpful, and I will catch you in the next one.